This is the last of the 3 presentations on implementing coaching. At the end of this session, along with the previous 2, you'll be able to assess the factors to consider when implementing coaching, evaluate the keys to successful implementation, and plan the implementation of a coaching intervention. The implementation factors for coaching are goals and objectives, getting commitment and buy-in, creating a culture that supports coaching, managing expectations and preparing participants, the practical arrangements, and setting up an evaluation system. We have now covered all the implementation factors except setting up an evaluation system. There is a section on evaluating individual coaching sessions in the Evaluating Coaching presentation of the Coaching Process module. Please revisit this so that you can use it to further your understanding of the complete evaluation of coaching. Here's what the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development discovered from their research in 2011. Of the 36% who do evaluate coaching, so-called happy sheets and stories and testimony were the most collected forms of data used by well over half. Well under half used approaches such as linking coaching outcomes to key performance indicators. More quantitative and mixed method approaches such as return on expectation (ROE) or return on investment (ROI) were less common. Few linked coaching evaluation to performance, and only 13% frequently discussed evaluation at management meetings. Only about 20% frequently collected and analysed data on the impact of coaching. It appears that although there is a marked increase in the level of coaching being used in organisations, they are not evaluating its impact or its return on investment. So what ways can organisations evaluate their coaching? We are going to explore 3 models: Kirkpatrick's model, the CSIRO model, and the RAM model. Kirkpatrick's model has probably been the most commonly used model for evaluating training, and in the absence of other coaching models, it's been used for evaluating coaching too. The first level is the reaction of the learner. That is about getting feedback from the person being coached about what they thought about their experience, how they got on with the coach, and what they thought of the session that they'd had. Level 2 is about what the person learned. Have they learnt something? And if so, to what degree have they learnt it? It's often tested by tests, assessments, exams, etc. Level 3 is to do with changes in behaviour in the workplace as a result of the learning. How is the person performing differently in their job? This could be linked to appraisal systems and key performance indicators in some organisations. And finally, level 4 is all about business results. What impact has the coaching had on the business and the achievement of the business plan? Has it resulted in higher sales, better customer service, increased profit, achievement of departmental targets? So, in thinking about Kirkpatrick's levels, how relevant are they to coaching? Which ones will provide valuable information? Which ones will not be relevant for coaching? What will be the advantages and disadvantages of evaluating coaching at each of the levels? These are all questions you'll want to be asking yourself in order to complete the exercise on evaluation. The CSIRO model is from Parr, Bird and Rackham. The first area of evaluation, the C in the CSIRO, is the context of the learning event. This is an evaluation of how well the need for learning event was analysed and arrived at. What was done to get commitment for the event? How did managers and others support the event? So this is all about what happened before the event to ensure it was successful. The I stands for inputs. That is everything that was put into the learning event and evaluating those. This would be all the resources that were needed. These would be financial costs, people and physical things that were needed. This evaluation involves recording and analysing how decisions were made about which resources were needed and whether these decisions had been made on the most effective basis, and then how the resources were used and whether the best value was being derived from these resources. R stands for reactions to the learning event. What are the reactions of the learners to the event, and maybe what are the reactions to other stakeholders of the event taking place? Lastly, the O stands for outcomes of the learning event. How much did the learner learn? What has been the impact on their performance and the way that they do their job? What has been the impact on the team and the team's goals? And what have been the outcomes for the organisation as a whole and to the business plan and the achievement of it? Here again, it would be useful for you to start to think about how appropriate this model is for coaching. How would you carry out the evaluation of each section if you were evaluating coaching in an organisation? A model devised by the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development suggests evaluation under 3 different areas: relevance, alignment and measurement. Under the relevance section is to evaluate the business case for the intervention, and what problem or opportunity does it address, and how will it drive the business in terms of providing business-ready people, productive performance, cost-effective people, and managing that talent in the organisation. In the alignment section falls the evaluation of the impact of coaching on the business or organisation. So it evaluates the impact on stakeholders and budgets of the time and the cost of coaching. It analyses and examines the indicators of business outcomes and benchmarks against internal and external interventions and indicators. Lastly, there is measurement. That is both quantitative and qualitative. It would cover measuring performance and the improvement in that as a result of the coaching against criteria, perhaps ones such as key performance indicators. It will also want to do a broad evaluation, perhaps measuring the results of the team or others who are impacted by the person who's being coached. It will also analyse the impact on the normal business metrics such as sales, targets, staff turnover, etc., etc. And lastly, there is return on investment and return on expectation. Has the coaching provided value and has it met its expectations? For more information, please read Real-World Coaching Evaluation, a Guide for Practitioners 2011, that you can download from the CIPD website. Here is the exercise for evaluation. Write an assessment of the evaluation models covered in this presentation in terms of their relevance to evaluating coaching, and design a template for evaluating coaching in an organisation. Here is an exercise to help cement your learning on implementing coaching. Create an implementation plan, either for an organisation that you know or for a case study organisation. Give reasons for your plan.